team, how are you feeling? This is refraining. I'm refraining from saying Mr. Legendary Vendetta because I know it's never ever gonna end well. But today we're gonna look at a Fall of the Samurai versus traditional battle, and of course I've not done one of these in a good while, so I thought, hell, you know what? It's gonna be a good idea to do one. So I'm gonna be playing against the Playboy Princess. Yes, I giggled a little bit in the lobby. A lot of you who play with me personally on Shogun 2, you'll understand I've got a very sick sense of humour, and of course I had my banter. I had my banter. So I'm going to be playing as traditional. This is going to be on the Koyasan Temple. Alright lads, that's how we're going to have it. So playing on the Koyasan Temple, and immediately I knew what this map was. At the moment I'm trying to make a map guide for Shogun 2. I'll try and make one for Rome 2 as well. I did just say Shogun 2, didn't I? But, so I'm trying to make one of those at the moment, and hopefully it will be out sooner or later, probably in about a week or two. But I've got a few other battles to show, and we shall get kicking into it. So, well, I haven't said that in a while, haven't I? Get kicking into this battle. So I'm going to be playing as traditional, as I said. But first of all, I think we might just... no, we'll go into my army first. So, I was about to say Mr. Legendary Vendetta. If I said that. Anyway, so I got some Yari Ashigar up front for that meat shield. I then also got my no swag, my holler if you need me. I always do that voice whenever I say it. Why do I do it? Anyway, I then got some 3 Nodachis basically. 2 more Yari Ashigar back just to protect from any cavalry flanks or whatnot. And again, also as meat shields, just for a little bit more extra meat shield potential just there. And these guys, yeah, I think these 2 are veterans, and these guys are not. Oh, no, they are. I just haven't given them a name yet. So I've also got my Silver Hammer here, who are going to be the Yari Cav. I've then got some Naginata attendants for capping the Morale Shrine, which I'm definitely going to need. If you do traditional versus FOTS, you will understand why. We've got some Yari Cav and Fire Cav with a few stats. And he did also nerf me, you'll realise there, with the charge bonus. So that was mighty fine of him. And then I said, guys, I called it. We've got the Violators and the what the fuck Kisho Ninjas. So those are 2 of my veterans. So I haven't got Surprise Butt Sex, although I think I did play them in a fairly recent match because I've been playing about with some ninjas fairly recently, and I know you guys love ninjas. I mean, who doesn't love ninjas? So I got some of those guys up front. Now let's go look at Playboy Princess. Let's see what he's fielding. So I think also we got the archery dojo, so of course I want to deny him of this and capture the morale shrine. So, but for some reason my micro slips up quite a bit, and yeah, I don't think I grouped my troops properly, so they all started to follow the horses. I don't know why. Maybe they're just a bunch of deranged 5-year-olds. But we'll look at what he's bought. So he's got some Yariki Princess Cav, nice. 2 Yariki. Was I playing against a girl? I need to follow this up. Playboy Princess, I'm going to add you as a friend and you can watch this, just so I can know the gender. Princess Carbines, so it's got, was that 2? He's got 1 Carbine Cav, it looks like. I'm pretty sure he had 2 of those guys. But, so he's got 3 Yariki, I'm presuming. He's got his general, of course, who is going to be a range general. You should always bring range generals, in my opinion, in Fall of the Samurai, just because they're so beneficial. And yeah, the Carbine Cav. But for the main of his army, he's bought some Ki Hitai. So I think these guys can spawn anywhere because they've got some sort of Kisho training. Can hide in woodlands, so I assume so. I'm not much of a Fall of the Samurai player, but I've been playing it a little bit more often. He's got his, I think it's more Ki Hitai there. Yeah, small Ki Hitai, I'm not entirely sure, but he's then got some was that Yari Ki? No. This is so confusing. He's got 2 Yarikachi, and then he's also got some more Ki Hitai. So I think he's got 3 Ki Hitai and 2 Yarikachi. But immediately I crap myself and I think, oh god, he's going to spot my ninjas with that cav. But oh no, he's just going to run off to the side because I thought he was going to run forward. So I popped these guys into stealth and I charged them forward. Now, of course, the only bad kind of downside to ninjas is the placement. The placement is the pinnacle. It's really what's going to kind of determine whether your ninjas are successful or not. Now, I placed these guys in the forest because I knew he was definitely going to go for the archery dojo. All 4 of the samurai players, more often than not, should probably be going for the archery dojo for obvious reasons, as it does give restores ammunition, increased reload speed, and you know, all this kind of stuff. So these guys are going to get charged by his Yariki, which is not helpful at all. I'm only just going to manage to ninja bomb his general and his Ki Hitai there. I got, was that 1 kill on the Ki Hitai, and then I think 6 on his general, so that's not too bad going. And what I love here is if you look at the, if you look at this, combat winning. The unit is actually winning because I've got 22 melee attack, got 16 morale, so it's pretty decent. I'm winning at some Yariki, except he is going to be charging in his Yariki from back, and these guys, the Violators, will be getting violated themselves. Now, of course, the key thing whenever you're playing as traditional is disruption. You always want to disrupt your enemy as much as possible if you're playing as traditional. So this is what I'm doing. So immediately I pulled all of his units over here, forced him to make some plays, and now all of a sudden, bang! What the fuck? Very literally, what the fuck? He has bought some Kisho Ninja. I'm now flanking him. These guys are going to be taking 15 losses, but they will be worth it as they're going to churn up and they're going to disorientate him a little bit. I think his Carbine Cav is on the flank here, so I'm going to be charging my cavalry round. And again, with the disruption, I'm then hitting him. Probably not the most economical or cost-effective, but again, we're getting that disruption in, ready for the infantry charge. It's most effective, though, when you can do all of this in sync, so this probably could have been timed a little bit well with the infantry charge, but of course I was a bit held up at the start for some reason. Now I'm going to be pulling over my... I'm about to pass a Yariki, but Yari Cav, some Fire Cav as well. I want to put some pressure on his flank. My Nagi attendants are doing their job and capping the morale shrine. I'm not sure what he's doing with his cavalry here, but he is going to be responding to my cavalry. I'm going to be charging up. I want to try and take out this Carbine Cav as quickly as possible. And the meat shield has now started to do its job very, very well, so I'm going to be charging towards him, and he's going to be peppering away. So these guys are doing their job and getting killed. Now, he's charged in his Yariki, but notice what I did here. I jumped my horses. No, so I dropped my cavalry straight off their horses just as he charged me. So these guys are now effectively a Yari Sam unit. It was extremely quick, and to be honest, I thought it was a very good move. Because if you look there, I only sustained 28 losses. I should have lost that very, very easily. But I managed to win, and I'm still going to churn up his Carbine Cav. Now I've Banzai'd and all of my kind of Nodachi in the fight now with the Kiyotai, and they're going to be pretty much destroying this Kiyotai in close quarters. I've now got my Yara Shigoro protecting from any Yariki. I put Captain Cabinet into standard fight. He's going to be charging into the back of my Yara Shigoro, which is not always the best move, but he did manage to catch him off guard. He should be changed. Yep, that's it. I was about to say, he should be changing their positions, so getting them straight back out, hammer and anviling. But unfortunately for him, again using the word, and his line is just broken. But the thing is, though, it's still pretty tight because he has got some gun cav. I think these guys are just about going to get killed as I do charge in this Yari Ashigaru, which wasn't really being utilised because I already had one. So again, cheap unit but still effective. I charge in, take out this Carbine Cav, which was extremely useful. And this Yari Ashigaru is just going to hold up these Yarikachi while my guys gain their breath and get charged by his Yari Ki. So my Nodachis are just going to be here taking some hits from his general. The Banzai, of course, is gone, so I think it's on a 3 or 5 minute countdown. My general is still in stand and fight. I don't want to move him just in case my guys do begin to rout. Some of them are now routing, but I'm going to be calling him my Yari Ashigaru for protection. I now take Captain Cabinet off his horse, and I'm still holding their Yarikachi with my Yari Ashigaru. Now my Naginata attendants are coming up because they want a bit of blood, and because I also captured the morale shrine. God, I can't even speak today. Good England, sir. And now the Captain Cabinet, of course, I'm going to be chasing across because I do not want his general to turn around and start popping shots off. So this is the only quick unit I've got left. It's a bit of a risk, but it's 14 melee attack versus 14 melee attack. I've got more morale, so I think I could do this, and I've also got 6 more men, so Captain Cabinet is going to charge in, and there he is. Oh no, it's changed it to Captain J Cabinet. No, that because I was playing Fall of the Samurai before. Sometimes it messes up with the different generals. So I've now only got 1 Nodachi Samurai left because I was getting picked away and also charged by cavalry. The bloodied swords there. But they have got 16 morale and 18 melee attack, so they should be able to mop up at least one of these units, and probably the one with the least men is probably that one. And I've also got my Yara Ashigaru, which will be helpful for pinning units in place, what they've already done so far. I then pop off a rally just so my general does not run away. And I think his general only just manages to rout here, so this is extremely lucky of me. And there he goes in dishonour. I think they're all going to get chopped up, and his general is going to be the only one who gets away. So now I forget about his general, I think, yeah, Captain Cabinet and his general did exchange blows there, but unfortunately he managed to run off, so I'm going to take my general back over to my army. And the reason I did this, now I didn't charge my Naginata Lieutenant straight in at his units. Now there's a big reason for this, and it's because if you look at them, they're very, very tired. Well, just very tired. Anyway, the reason I did that was because I wanted to tire them out even more so, because that is really the big benefit that I've got over him at the moment. He has got the numbers, he's got some good attacks, so 14 attack there, so nearly rivaling my Nodachi, and considering that, you know, he's got, what, easily 5 times the number of my Nodachi, you know, it's not really going to go too well for me, so I'm going to have to play smart. So I do run these guys around, try and get them extra tired, and my Yariashi Garu are really going to be quite instrumental, because I've got a lot of these guys left. I want to do a spear wall. He has only upgraded the melee attack though. Probably melee defense would be a lot better with any spear units. He's going to be charging, but then he's going to retreat, which is a nice idea, because otherwise he would have charged straight into my spear wall, which would not have been good for him. And my general's going to get up onto the high ground, hopefully try and draw this unit out while I destroy this one. My Naginata Lieutenants are now back from routing, so it'd be nice if I can pull them back in, although they are a little bit tired. And my guys have had a nice little rest, just sitting over here, over all the dead corpses, and they're now active, so I've got a very big advantage over him. His biggest advantage is that he's got numbers, but the quality of his units are still good. It's just the fact that they're very, very tired. Now, he's beginning to get a little bit worried now, so is he, so I think, you know what? F it, I'm just going to charge in, and I charge in with my Yarishigari. Not the best idea ever, but I wanted this match to be quick and done with. And I also charge in my my Nodachi, which I think I might have a Banzai left, I'm not sure. But easily they rout. I then do an Inspire because I wanted to finish these guys off quickly to then charge down my Nodachi and slap his Yarikachi in the face. And then I'm going to be doing a nice rear charge here from the Naginata attendants. My general is now trying to mop up the broken units to make them shattered so they will not return. And I'm going to try and pull over my Nodachi onto the flank to do a nice downhill charge. But I am going to be able to rear charge them with Naginata attendants. So possibly 2 of the most crap units in the game are actually managing to sandwich a pretty decent unit and almost win me the game pretty much. So I hope you have enjoyed this battle. It's been an interesting one as always, and it's always nice to see a traditional win against a modern. I personally love those battles, and of course ninjas as always. So we'll go off to the results screen. So here we are, and it looks like I did bring some slightly more men, which is useful if you're a traditional player. My words are getting mixed up. If you're a traditional player versus a modern player, it's normally something you want to do, bring a lot of units, because that's one of the main problems with Fall of the Samurai, especially if you bring, I don't know, a lot of very, very qualitatively good units as a Fall of the Samurai player. Your biggest weakness is actually being surrounded by a lot of troops, because obviously one very good troop like a Royal Marine, Infanterie Marine, all those kind of units, mainly 150 range, they can only focus one unit at a time. So as a traditional player, it can be a very good idea to bring a lot of troops. So not qualitatively speaking, but definitely quantity is what you want. Ninjas, good. Again, it's the disruption game which you want. So the ninjas did very well. They managed to pin his units down. I've had much better examples where I've charged in my ninjas just slightly ahead of my army, and they've absolutely wrecked enemy line infantry, making them get only just perhaps one volley off, and then the rest of my army follows suit. In that match, I was a little bit inconsistent. I wasn't very I didn't charge in straight from the off. It wasn't very synchronized, if you like, so it was a little bit piecemeal with the distractions, but generally you want the distractions linked in with the charging of the infantry, which it did kind of work in the end, but my Nodachis did actually lose a lot of men initially on the charge, but nonetheless, it's still a good match, and we still managed to win. So the Nodachis, of course, cleaning up a lot of kills there. Even Captain Cabinet, who's a leadership general, did very well, so a leadership general can be exceptionally well. It can do very well against modern armies because, of course, morale definitely impacts your troops. And the ninjas didn't get the most kills, but again, we're running that distraction, we're halting, we stopped him from advancing to get any further and actually getting that archery dojo, which is pretty much a key point of that whole match. Again, the Yari Cav running in that distraction did very well. And the poor Yari Ashigara at the bottom there, only getting 100, no, only losing 100 men, not even getting a kill. But that was good because that is what I wanted them to do, so it was cost effective. It saved me 100 Nodachi, I suppose. But let's look at his units. So the Arikachi, of course, doing very well because they mopped up my cavalry, mopped up my Yara Shigaru, and they did manage to get a few more kills than Yara Shigaru at the end there. The Kihatai, I need to look at Kihatai again because I was just playing for the Samurai, but yeah, I mean they still did pretty decently, but there are some formations you can use as Fall of the Samurai which can negate any charges and distractions. So, for example, doing a ladder formation, which is extremely micro-intensive and difficult to do, but at the same time, it can still work. It can still work very well, especially against the army that I brought. And yeah, I don't think there's really too much else to kind of say. Maybe his Yari key could have been used a bit more effectively. Just taking out all of my Yari cav would definitely have paid off. But nonetheless, he did very well under the circumstances. I hope you enjoyed this. It's nice to see a modern versus traditional. I'll try and get some more of those up. And ninjas. Again, ninjas. So I hope you enjoyed, guys, and bye-bye for now.